Hey guys, how are y'all doing? I'm Sushma and welcome to my channel, The V5. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 10 most common mistakes non-Irish people are most likely to do when they're in Ireland. Do watch this video if you don't want to make these mistakes when you're in Ireland. Without wasting any time, let's just get started. Number 1, overlooking Irish weather or underestimating Irish weather. You might come here to travel in and around Ireland during summer, and you might think, like summer is always warm, hot, sweaty. But you know what? Don't do that, because that is one of the most common mistakes people tend to do. If they think it's warm, they think it's not going to rain, there are no clouds, it's not going to rain. And if the weather forecast says it's not going to rain, you might think it's not going to rain, but trust me, it is going to rain. Like, I'm not even joking. You can have all bright sunny sunshine day or something, but it's gonna rain at some point. So always carry a raincoat or a rain jacket with yourself. Please do not underestimate Irish weather. And I was actually, camping recently, and I totally didn't take my blanket because I thought, it's summer and it's like so warm. Especially this summer in Ireland is really super duper warm. So I thought, anyway, in my home, I'm sweating in the night when I'm sleeping, so I don't want a blanket. And I just went camping without taking a blanket. And trust me, worst decision of my life, because in the night it was so cold and I was like almost freezing. My foot was frozen. I'm not even kidding. And it was like a nightmare in the night. And in the day it was like so warm, and I was wearing like shorts or something. But anyway, always mind yourself. Do not trust Irish weather, because it can rain any day, anytime, any hour, any second, any minute. I'm not joking. So make sure you carry your raincoat all the time. Number 2, mispronouncing Irish names. This is by far very common. If you're a foreigner, if you're not from Ireland, then the chances of you getting an Irish name wrong is, I would say, 100%. Because I am living here for 2 years. I still can't pronounce a lot of names when I just read the names out loud, because most of the Irish names, they are not pronounced like it is spelled. For example, my name is Ushma and my name is pronounced exactly how it is spelled. For example, I can give you a name, like I can spell out the name, you can try to pronounce. I'm 100% sure you'll get it wrong. So how do you pronounce Caoimhe? I mean, if I was not living in Ireland, I would just call it Kayomi, Kayome, or something like that, which does sound like a possible unique name, but it's not quite right. It's actually pronounced Kiva. Like, who would have thought? Not me. So that is how, like. And also, don't be embarrassed to ask people how their name is pronounced, because you're most likely to get it wrong, and it's no shame at all, because it's very difficult to predict how the name can be pronounced. So don't be embarrassed to ask the name of the place, person, or anything if you can't get it right, because sometimes there could be two different places where you're planning to go, which sounds very similar or something. So just because you pronounced it in a wrong way, you might end up in a wrong place. So just make sure and get your pronunciations right. Like, you can ask people, the people here are super friendly, so they will help you out. Number 3, assuming Ireland is UK. Just because United Kingdom has, by definition, United Kingdom has England, Scotland, and Ireland. So most of the people just assume that Ireland is in UK, which is so not true. In fact, trust me, when I initially got here, I kind of had like the similar mindset. So I actually thought United Kingdom and then Ireland is a part of United Kingdom, which is not true. So Ireland, just a part of Ireland is in the United Kingdom. That is northern part of Ireland, which is a very small part of Ireland, belongs to the United Kingdom. But there is something called as Republic of Ireland, to which you usually kind of get the visa to. So I am in Republic of Ireland, so I am not in the UK. So if I have to go to UK, then I have to get like a new visa, like a travel visa or something. So it's not the same. So there is Republic of Ireland and there is United Kingdom, and a part of Ireland is belongs to the United Kingdom, but Republic of Ireland does not belong to the United Kingdom. It is Republic of Ireland. Number 4, assuming that Irish is the native language or like the mother tongue of Irish people. Not true again. So the Irish language is also called as the Gaelic language, and most of the Irish people can't speak Gaelic or the Irish language themselves. And in fairness, I actually think Irish is kind of like a tougher language to learn. And it's so funny because when I finally got my student visa to Ireland, and I still had like a couple of months before I got to Ireland, so I thought maybe I had this extra time, so I'll just learn Irish so that I can be like on the top and I can easily communicate with people. I'm like a people person, so I was like, let me learn Irish so I can just go talk to people in Irish or something. But then thankfully, I didn't have enough time to get to it. I never did that. But after coming here, I was actually very surprised to see that nobody ever speaks in Irish, and nobody, I mean, I wouldn't say nobody, but most of the people, they don't understand Irish themselves, and it's never like ever spoken. So if you know English, if you can communicate in English, that's more than enough for you to survive in Ireland. Maybe that is the reason, like, a lot of international students tend to come to Ireland, because English is all you need. And even if you want to get a job or something, that is the only language you'll be asked. Nobody is going to test your Irish language skills. Number 5, misunderstanding the friendliness of Irish people. Well, let me give like a little backstory to it. I am actually from Asia, so I think most of the Asians, I think so. We don't usually talk to random people on the street. Like, we don't even say hi. We just walk past them like they're invisible or something. They're right there walking. We just walk past them. We don't say hi or hello, or we just keep walking. And even like we barely make conversations with strangers. Even if I'm like at a pub or in a restaurant or something, we would barely ever talk to people we don't know. So that is the way I kind of grew up. But here, when I came, it was actually kind of surprising of how friendly people are. Like, anybody can start a conversation with you. Doesn't have to be about anything. They literally can start talking to you, which is totally fine. You don't have to be scared or freaked out or think there's something fishy or something. It's just how super friendly they are. So anybody on the street can just wish you a good morning, or if you're at a pub, anybody can walk up to you and start like a small talk or something. So it's very casual. You don't have to overthink it. Number 6, the stereotypes. So though Ireland is a small country, you kind of tend to assume that most of the Irish people or all Irish people have blue eyes. Well, that was my assumption. So it's not true. It's just like any other country. Ireland also is diverse. It has mix of almost everything. So not all Irish people have blue eyes or red hair, or they don't look like Vikings, if that is what you are thinking. They do not at all. Like, they are very diverse, though it is a small country. Even when you go with the accent, like, not all the Irish people have the same accent. If you go up the north, the accent is so deep, I can barely understand. Even now, I kind of struggle sometimes when I have to understand like deep Northern Ireland accent, which is kind of tough. But when you go to like Dublin has a better accent, which is kind of easily understandable by like most of the people. So if you go to different parts of Ireland, you actually find different accents, and you'll be surprised that Ireland, being such a small country, the number of accents, the number of variations, and the kind of difference in people is so diverse, and that is kind of amazing. Number 7. It is regarding public transport. I don't know, I usually get public transport somewhere in all of my videos, because I think it is very important for you guys to know, because you probably, if you are here for vacation or something, you probably assume that Ireland is a developed country and you don't have to like pre-book transport or something, and you can just use like all the public transport like buses, or there is tram or trains, and go to all possible places. So let me just break that thing for you. It's not quite true, because if you want to travel in and around Dublin, or any tourist places around Dublin, then well, they have got you covered. You have like buses and darts and trains and whatnot. So but if you are planning to visit in different places or something, you should make arrangements for transportation, because the public transport makes you wait for, like, you'll probably spend a lot of time just waiting for the bus or the train, and if you want to go towards the countryside, it's almost impossible to get there without arranging, your own transportation. So be aware of that. Number 8, Irish beaches. So in fairness, my idea of a beach is, sunny, wavy, sweaty, sandy. I mean, all the sand on the seashore. Like, that is my idea of a beach. Like, it's like a perfect vacation. So all the beaches like I've been in India is like that. It's all, I love beaches. Like, I'm a beach girl, so I used to love beaches, let's put it that way. But I still remember the first time I went to an Irish beach. I remember it was in summer, and it was actually a sunny day. I saw the sunshine and I was like, I told my friend, let's go to the beach, because like I was so excited to go to the beach. Oh my god, it was like a disaster. I almost like floated away. It was so windy and I couldn't even stand there on the beach, and I did a big mistake. I don't know, I kind of like to play on the beach because my idea of beach was totally different. I got rid of my shoes and I stepped into the water. Oh my god, my legs just froze, my feet froze, and I'm not even kidding, it actually froze. The water is cold most of the time. So just take the vacation idea of the beaches from Ireland beaches. Don't expect that. I mean, well, in fairness, there are like cliffs and stuff like where you can see the beach from the bottom, which looks great, unless you're not like going and wanting to play with it or something. But anyway, like the Irish beaches, they are very different. They have a different vibe. Number 9. If you're a tourist, you probably plan, if you have like a 2 weeks or a week vacation planned in Ireland, you probably would plan to stay in Dublin for a long, because you probably have heard that everything happens only in Dublin, and Dublin is the most happening place in Ireland, which is true. But I would suggest just give like 2 days or 3 days max in Dublin, because all, I don't know, like all you can do in Dublin is, well, there is a lot of things you can do, but Ireland is a very beautiful country, and if I were you, I would rather focus on discovering the nature part of Ireland, which is amazing. So there are a lot of cliff walks and there are amazing cool beaches towards Galway and Cork. Those beaches are really good. Like, those are probably like one of the few amazing beaches in Ireland, I would say. So there are a lot of things to do. You can just go like hiking in the mountains or something. Like, I don't know, I would like to explore Ireland that way, instead of just staying in the Dublin and making plans around the Dublin and just going back home telling you visited Ireland, because the actual Ireland is not Dublin. It is the countryside. You have to discover so many things. Like, if you get a if you get like, if you can make arrangements for your transportation, like renting a car or something, you have so much to explore in Ireland. Last but not the least, number 10. You might think, if you have like an international card or a card, basically a debit or a credit card, you can survive anywhere in Ireland. Not true again. Always carry some cash on you, because if you go towards the countryside or in like even in the city, like I live in a town, but if I have to go to a nightclub or like a pub or something, a lot of the nightclubs or whatever, they just accept cash and not card. Well, in fairness, they do have like ATM machines, but if your day is already going bad and if the ATM machine in the pub is not working, like it's kind of like dreadful. So always have some cash on you so that you can be safe, and like you can be spending wherever you want to spend. And sometimes you can even like see like a small market or something, and if you want to buy something there, like it's just handier if you have some cash on you. So do carry cash. So those are the 10 points I could think of that is very common for people who are not living in Ireland to do these mistakes. Well, I've done them and I'm still doing and still learning. It's like a constant work in progress. But do let me know what you think about the video right below in the comments. And like always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, bye bye bye.